At the beach this morning, there was this guy. He was in one of those folding chairs in the sand, and it was like a rocky beach, right? So I'm down there with my daughter, and I look over, and he has kids that are at that very annoying age where they're just loud as shit and they suck ass. Like 7, 8, and 12.
Right.
And he was staring the whole time. He wasn't like on his phone or anything. He's just staring out into the ocean. And his kids are getting fucking thrown on the rocks and stuff. They're getting bashed by waves, just wrecked, like, wave hit them, and they just smashed against the rocks, and the kid, like, hit his head and fell back in the water.
And he's back there, he's just like, look, there's a shark. It's heading right for them.
He never reacted.
Yeah.
I realize that some people take their kids on vacation hoping they die.
Yeah.
Like, honey, let's take them to the ocean tonight. They might get sucked out to sea.
They're like, no, guys.
He was hoping one of them died.
He goes, guys, check this out. This is a riptide. It'll take you all around. It's really fun.
No, honey, you don't get it. The tides change really quick here.
Get close to the rocks, kids.
At one point, I turned back, and the wife had got next to him. She had the chair, too, and she was just smiling. And he was staring straight ahead, just watching them be tortured by nature.
Meanwhile, seals are trying to save their children. Nature cares more about their kids than they do.
Dolphins are trying to push the kids back.
There's a dolphin trying to get their attention.
A dolphin's dragging, and the guy's, like, throwing rocks at it. Like, stop! You're fucking my shit up, man.
They all have this. There's this like real darkness to the beach bum type of guy.
Oh yeah.
Like I had this Uber driver who was in his 60s, just the classic salt and pepper. Yeah. You know,
Big Lebowski type guy.
Yeah. No, white guy, clean cut. Like he's really chill and relaxed. And he goes, "Yeah, they found a thing on my liver." So he's driving, and I realize he's telling me he has cancer. And I'm like, okay. And then he goes. And then I was like, oh, man, that sucks. He goes, I'll tell you one thing, man. If it's all fucking darkness, I'm going to be pissed off. And I realized he's talking about dying. Now he's talking about the afterlife.
Oh.
But he's so retarded he can't conceptualize himself not existing.
Or his hospitals in St. Louis.
Like he thinks if there's nothing, is that there's a big blackness and you're just standing there in your Billabong shorts being like, what the fuck? This fucking sucks, dude.
He goes, man, I've had a good life. He goes, I don't give a fuck, man. I've made peace with it. I've had my, he goes, I've had a good life. He goes, my doctor told me that I need to get on chemo. You know what I told him? I said, hey, go fuck yourself.
Really?
I'm like, what?
Wow, interesting.
He goes, everybody I know that's went on chemo, they all died. He goes, chemo just makes you sick. He goes, I'm not doing that fucking bullshit. I'm taking my chances. He goes, I don't even give a fuck anyway. So then I realize he has like a death wish.
Damn.
And then I'm
speeding down the highway.
Yeah, we're driving 85 down the freeway with my wife. And like,
he starts saying things like, even if you don't have cancer, your life's worthless.
He's like, I don't care if I take people out with me, to be honest.
He's a complete psycho. He's weaving in and out, trying to get us to the beach.
Yeah.
It's all darkness. Who gives a shit?
And you know what's funny? He does that all day, every single day.
He tells people he's probably a fucking liar, by the way. He told me he lives on a sailboat.
Yeah.
He lives on a sailboat. He's
thing.
65. He has cancer.
Yeah.
He probably tries to like get pussy from it or something.
These guys, like a lot of the guys in San Diego, they live in boats, and they retired from like fucking children in Thailand. Like they hung up their jersey.
Yeah, there's a Thai brothel.
They're like, I'm a his name.
Yeah, whatever the white devil is in Thai.
Whatever steakhouse shirt he showed up in Thailand in, he signed, and they hung it up at the brothel.
His Outback Steakhouse corporate polo that he got jizz on after fucking a person.
He got sick of fucking kids and blowing up like chimpanzees with bazookas. And he flew back, and he's in San Diego, and he's gonna pass away very, very quietly
and burn in hell.
That's why he loves the ocean, because he thinks like when he dies, like, oh, it'll stop the fire.
What's so funny is he's so like. It's like, oh, he's like the easygoing, flip flops. I drive Uber. I live in a sailboat. I don't need much. And then there's like such a darkness to the the Big Lebowski Southern California lifestyle. It's so dark.
Well, it's the guys who go. They're like, brother, this is the way to live. Meanwhile, they're like, if I lived any other way, I'd kill my entire office one day. I can't articulate that modern society kills me slowly.
Well, he's too okay with dying. I get accepting it, but he's like, take me now.
Yeah.
How old was he?
Like in his like mid-60s.
Yeah.
So he still was like, you know, there's aches and pains, but
right.
He has a good 15 years left.
He is a Big Lebowski guy.
Yeah.
He's like, I had to start putting half and half in my vodka. The tumor doesn't like straight vodka. He has a name for his tumor.
He has his kidney or his liver or something. And he goes, yeah, I live on a sailboat. I go, that sounds nice. He goes, does it? He goes, does it? He goes, for a guy with a wife and a kid, does that sound? I was like, no, like for you. I'm like, yeah, fucking. I was like, you have cancer.
Yeah, he goes.
I'm trying to be nice.
He
You're
goes,
gonna die.
Yeah, you go for.
Pull over. Let me out. Let me out.
He starts driving to Mexico. He's like, we're going to Adelitas. He goes, you and your family.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm going to get you and your family some hookers.
Have you seen Rolling Thunder? My daughter's been missing in Mexico for 5 years.
He loves Paul Schrader.
We're gonna go get my daughter back. Big hook for him.
I could use the backup.
I also like how he's like, you're like, no, for you, not a guy with a wife and a kid. He's like, I got a wife and a kid. I don't ever fucking see them, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, he did. He was old. He was old. He was like, whatever. I guess some people just get old and they're like, I don't really give a shit if I'm here or if I wake up anymore. Which I guess is the best. It's best case, I guess. That is, you are like enlightened, right? You've like ascended to a higher plane if you're like, I don't care if I'm alive. But I don't know. When it seems like you've just given up, it just hits a little different. You know what I mean?
Well, when you're on the clock, driving a family.
Well, especially
No need to talk that way.
It's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate.
Well, you realize all of a sudden he's talking about the afterlife and that he's dying of cancer, and you like look up from your phone. And you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Yeah, he goes, cute baby. He goes, sad it's gonna die one day.
You don't. Nobody wants to get in an Uber with their family and realize their driver is Ghost Rider.
I made a deal with the devil. Have you seen the TV show Spawn?
It's such a damn flip of the coin, man.
But it's also, I think there's something about those guys, because when you live that life and you turn 60, what like a guy like that's normally supposed to do is you get really in at a corporation or something, and then when you're 60, your purpose on life is you're like, well, I have all these people I'm in charge of, and I just have to ruin their days every single day of my life, and that's like what keeps you going. But that guy's tethered to sand and wood floating in a pier somewhere.
Well, San Diego's just so weird.
It's so weird.
It's so fucking weird.
I love it though. It makes me feel like I'm not like time doesn't exist whenever I'm up there.
Yeah.
Or down there.
And you can get away with everything.
It's like the
very
70s
pretty.
never ended or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody has money. Like nobody's doing that bad.
Nobody's doing. Yeah, you kind of can't be doing bad.
You see a couple. There is a lot of homeless people, but you're like those people are really trying to fuck their lives up.
The people doing bad are on the streets.
Yeah. But they're not like in LA. You'll see a homeless guy where you're like, well, that guy could get a job if he wanted to. I'm talking about you see a homeless guy. He looks like the guy in Mulholland Drive who pops out from behind the sign.
Yes.
You're like God.
He stands in front of a business and people come out and put their cigarettes out on him. Yeah. He's like, that's how I eat.
I was driving to get bagels this morning. I saw one of the guys. I'm like, should I hit him?
Yeah.
Am I being rude? Not
Is it
hitting?
evil to not hit him?
Yeah.
This man walking around being attacked by sea lice.
Yeah, this guy walking across the crosswalk, and you see his legs crumbling as he's walking across, just disappearing in the dust.
But you also, dude, I hate. You know, it kills me to shit on white guys on this show.
Sure,
it fucking kills me.
Sure,
yeah.
And don't worry, we'll get back to the others. Soon.
White people, we got to do better. We got to do better with some of I see the corniest motherfuckers I've ever seen. I went to Tiger Woods golf tournament, and it just
You're talking about Tiger Woods.
Tiger, why are you wearing those sunglasses?
White people, get it together. Tiger, this is an embarrassment.
Tiger can't even drunk drive like a normal person.